Dear children, in this module, we are going to learn that how the enzymes help us to speed up a chemical reaction. So we are going to learn about the concept called as activation energy, with which the enzyme helps us to speed up a chemical reaction. So what is this activation energy? It is the additional energy required to start up a chemical reaction, the additional energy which is needed for a substrate to get converted to a product. Is it clear? So energy required. So in an exothermic reaction or in an endothermic reaction, that which in which reaction energy is consumed or energy is released, the substrate, it must go through a higher energy state. It must go through a higher energy state, and this is called as a transition state energy. So each substrate, in order to convert to a product, it has to enter into a higher energy state, both for exothermic or endothermic reaction. So activation energy is the difference between the average energy, okay, the average energy of a substrate, and the transition state energy. That means how much energy the substrate should get in order to enter into a higher energy state. So that difference is called as the activation energy. And what does the enzymes do? In a biochemical reaction, enzymes lowers its activation energy. See, this peak represents the activation energy without the enzyme. That much additional energy is required for the substrate to get started for the reaction. And what happens if it is done with the help of an enzyme? It lowers the activation energy. So that is the importance of enzymes. How does it speed up a reaction? By decreasing the activation energy. As a result, the speed of reaction increases. So now let us learn about the factors affecting enzyme action. They are temperature and pH, concentration of the substrate, and presence of inhibitor. So let us learn how these factors influence the rate of reaction. The enzymes shows highest activity at the optimum temperature and pH. Okay, so for the enzyme to be active during a chemical reaction, it requires optimum temperature and pH. So activity declines below and above the optimum value. Below and above this optimum value, this performance of the enzyme decreases. At low temperature, enzyme becomes inactive. And at higher temperature, the enzymes becomes denatured. We know enzymes are proteins in nature. So it becomes denatured at higher temperature. So that optimum temperature and pH is very much necessary for an enzyme to be functional. Inorganic catalyst. Okay, inorganic catalyst, they can work or they are active at high temperature and pressure. Whereas enzymes, that is biocatalysts, they get damaged at higher temperature greater than 40 degrees Celsius. So that is why, dear children, when you have a fever, that is when your internal body temperature increases, what happens? You get indigestion. That means the enzymes involved in digestion becomes denatured, and that is indigestion. You start to vomit, you have a poor appetite. Whereas there are certain organisms which can survive in high temperature, that is thermophilic organisms. They are adapted to survive in high temperature. That means their enzymes are stable at high temperature, that is greater than 80 to 90 degrees Celsius. Even at that temperature, in thermophilic organisms, the enzymes are active or functional. The second factor is concentration of substrate. With the increase in substrate concentration, the velocity, that is the rate of reaction with a particular direction, it keeps on rising at first. It keeps on rising. The velocity keeps on rising at first. And it reaches a maximum velocity which is represented as Vmax. And further increase in substrate after the Vmax, this is not exceeded by further rise in concentration, because enzyme molecules are fewer than the substrate molecules. We can see over here, these enzymes and the substrate. Okay, initially the rate of reaction is increased, that is substrate is converted to product, but with further increase in substrate, the number of enzymes available will be less. So beyond Vmax, there will be no further increase in the rate of reaction with increased concentration of substrate. And last is the presence of inhibitor. The binding of specific chemicals, that is inhibitor, shuts off the enzyme activity. This is called as inhibition. Okay, that is the effect of the activity of the enzyme is blocked in the presence of inhibitors. There are two types of inhibition: non competitive inhibition and competitive inhibition. What is this competitive inhibition? When the inhibitor closely resembles the substrate, and such type of resemblance between the inhibitor and the substrate is called as competitive inhibitor. Okay, here what happens, just because of the specificity, it is having a particular active site which can bind only with that particular substrate. And here, because both the substrate and inhibitor are having almost the same structure, the inhibitor competes with the substrate to bind to the enzyme. Okay, and it forms an enzyme inhibitor complex, whereas here there is no resemblance between the substrate and inhibitor, and that is called as a non-competitive inhibitor. So dear children, in this module we learned about the activation energy and how activation energy helps to speed up a reaction. We also learned about the factors like temperature, pH, concentration of substrate, and presence of inhibitor, how these factors affect the speed of reaction. Thank you.